What up, world? Waxvillain, Seattle, Washington. You already know what it is. Welcome to Two Gents Fireside Chat. We got the Heattones in the building. Keep it locked. We'll kick things off when they join. Vinyl Hustler, I see you. Appreciate everybody on the line. I see my sis, Groovy MS, in the building. Soul Nero, I see you. Appreciate everybody. Super stoked for this today. Santana. What up, Denise? Me too. I see you, Adam. Appreciate you. AR Soul in the building. There's my sis, Miss Yvonne. Appreciate you. The Heattones will be here any moment. Time on Wax. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hi.
How you doing?
How y'all doing?
Good. And yourself?
Zero complaints. Super stoked to be here.
Here.
Now, I'm going to just tell y'all something real quick. The three is pretty popular. I see we got like 32 on the line. This is kind of epic. This is historic right now. If you guys are ready, I'm going to go ahead and kick things off with the introduction. You good?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
All right. I want to welcome everybody to Two Gents Fireside Chat. Fireside Chats are similar to interviews. However, we do the research so that we're not duplicating efforts. Most importantly, we want to support and strengthen other existing information out there. Today, I'm so excited. Let me just tell you this. When I first heard the Heattones, the very first song, I was so excited. It was months back before a lot of other folks, but I said, man, this is special. And then when I found out that they were in high school, it reminded me of the records on my shelf, the reissues that we all collect when folks that were making music in high school was a thing. Well, the year is 2021. We're about to head into 2022. And I thought it would be fantastic. The day before their first pre-order release, we could bring the Heattones on for a live stream interview on Waxvillain. I am so happy to have you all. Welcome.
Thank you.
Excited to be here.
Very cool. Just for everyone watching, we've got about 7 to 10 questions. I'm thinking like 40 minutes plus a lightning round. I'm so excited about this. Let's go ahead and kick things off. I want to start off with a very, very basic question. Could y'all introduce yourselves, tell everyone where you're from and what your role in the band is?
I guess I'll go first. I'm Ricky. I play keys in the band.
I'm Jasmine. I'm the vocalist.
I'm George, and I'm the drummer.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, where are you guys all from?
From Hawthorne,
We're all
California.
from Hawthorne, yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So here's kind of my question, right? I mean, I think it's a really big deal to be making music on this kind of level, getting it pressed to vinyl. Before we get into how you connected with Love Soul, what were y'all doing prior to coming together as a group? How did you meet?
Well, we knew each other, but back then, like in middle school, we used to play like metal and stuff, like rock, heavy metal and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were already a band, but then we got to meet Ricky, and he introduced me to this like soul stuff because his dad is a vinyl collector, and he introduced me to it, and I liked it. He told me that we should like make this kind of music, and I was interested.
Okay, so basically, I met these guys in the beginning of my first year of high school, and they were already a band, so they were playing music already.
Okay.
So, and then I seen the opportunity, well, of course, growing up with my dad, and my dad, you know, being a vinyl collector and collecting music and collecting Rare Soul and all that. I just wanted to, you know, I told them, I was like, why don't we just write a soul song? Like, write a song straight from scratch, an original soul song. You know, a ballad, like a slow, very, very, like a, what's the word? It's an original song that I seen everybody was doing. You know, you had Duran Jones, you had the Sinceres, and everybody doing that. I basically, you know, we just thought of an idea for a song, and it went from there, basically.
Wow.
Yep.
Jazzy, what's your take on it?
Well, at the time, I was working on things solo, so I was writing my music. And then Ricky reached out to me and asked me if I would like to be part of what became Don't Take Me as a Fool. And obviously, I said yes because I never really worked with bands, and soul music is still something that's new to me. So
Okay. Wow. So is Ricky the band leader? That's kind of what I'm getting here. He's the one that's stringing everything together. Is that true?
Yeah, he introduced us to like the soul like thing, but it's the
Okay.
same metal, just with Ricky and Jasmine.
Very cool. Now, I got to ask, I'm a few years removed from high school myself. And I know that the kids are listening to different stuff this day, Ricky, but what was your inspiration? Where did all that come from? Because everything that you just said about let's come up with an original song, that just seems so foreign. So talk to me about your inspiration and what you were envisioning for this.
Basically, like I said, I mean, the biggest inspiration for me, honestly, was my dad. You know, I grew up with this music since when I was born. I already knew this music, or it was already in me like that. So I basically thought, why not create a song at the time right now that had like an original song, you know, something I listen to 45s, you know, I listen to the music and everything. I try to learn like songs. I try to learn to cover them and stuff. And then, you know, I make demos on my computer and stuff. And then basically there was a band and there was already potential, right? There was, you know, we had the band and we just didn't have a vocalist at the time. So I told them, and Don't Take Me as a Fool's been in the works since what, like a year ago?
Wow.
Since the pandemic
Since
started.
the pandemic. That's basically where the Heattones kind of kicked off. And then we went from there, and then we found Jasmine, and that's how everything just started coming together in place.
I love it. And I think it's the perfect voice for the song. Here's another question, though. The tagline I saw when I saw the pre-order, it said, high school kids making Chicano soul. Talk to me about what Chicano soul is to you and how it fits into the scene, you know, in high school and everything like that with folks that are listening to music as well.
You want to elaborate a little?
I go. You first.
So Chicano soul to me is, of course, you know, it's brown eyed soul. You know, it's soul music. It basically it's been around since, you know, like the Midnighters and stuff like that. You know, Rafi Pagan and stuff like that. You know, Latin soul and all that. And where it relates to now, you know, us being in high school, I mean, like you said, the kids, you know, they're listening to a lot of, you know, like rap and you got stuff like that. So, you know, it was kind of like a nostalgic feeling, you know, like bringing back, like you said, bands back in the day when they were putting out 45s, they were teenage bands, like teenage garage rock bands and stuff like that. And they were putting out, you know, like soul music and stuff from the doo-wop era. And, you know, it basically, we wanted to like kind of recreate that, you know, we wanted to like, no one's doing that our age right now. And that was an opportunity for us to, you know, come out and start doing this. And me being a Chicano, I mean, you know, and, you know, coming from a Chicano family, you know, I listen to the music. That's my favorite kind of soul music. You know, I listen to Chicano soul and all that. And I just, you know, put it when we create our songs, you know, that's basically, it's like,
you're so wise, man. I'm listening to you talk and hearing you reference names and things like that. You're wise beyond your years. Let's talk about recording. So the song was birthed a year ago. What are the recording sessions like? How do ideas come about? What was the inspiration behind the title?
The title. So originally the song was, I think, called "I'm a Fool."
Yeah.
The song was originally called that.
Okay.
And the lyrics went through so many different types of changes, and I came up with the title "Don't Take Me as a Fool" because I envisioned that little, you know, the "Don't Take Me as a Fool" part. I just already had that idea in my head, and when I told Jasmine, when we reached out to Jasmine, you know, well, you wrote the lyrics, and it just she made. I told her basically, okay, here's the title, and write whatever you think goes along with that title, you know.
Okay.
She came with the lyrics, and it went perfectly. Everything came together.
Jazzy, where'd the lyrics come from? What was going on?
Well, Don't Take Me as a Fool kind of spoke to me like, you know, when you're talking to somebody new, you're in that stage where you're getting to know them, you're opening up to each other. And I feel like when you're talking to somebody new, you're kind of like, oh my gosh, should I really open up to you? Should I let you know all these things? And it's kind of like thinking twice if it's going to go wrong or if it's going to go right. So like throughout the song, it's basically saying like, are you gonna do all these things for me? You know, I'm giving you all my love. So yeah.
Okay. What was it like in the studio together? I mean, at what point are you all in the lab together, kind of cranking things out, making changes and refinements?
Oh, we used to record here at the house. We used to record in my.
Originally, we recorded here, and we would record tracks of, especially "Don't Take Me to the Floor." Went through so many different versions.
Really? Okay.
The song was, and we would just all sit here and brainstorm ideas and see what we can come up with. And then when we met Jasmine, the first time we rehearsed with Jasmine, we already knew like this was it. This was the song.
Oof.
It
Absolutely. So at what point do you connect with Adam for Love Soul Productions? How does that come about?
So when I was talking with the band,
we were like ready to like record professionally.
Yeah, we were already digital platforms, and I seen Adam starting Intuitions at the time. We were following Adam since way back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started the band page, was during the pandemic, which was when he started the Intuitions, I believe. And I was telling George, I was like, okay, so this guy, he's saying he's a producer, you know, he produces music and he stays in Long Beach, which is pretty local from us.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was like, okay, I feel like this guy can really help us out. Like he can really help us out, put out this track that we want. Like I can see that. And so we reached out to him, and yeah, he offered, you know, we were going to record our single, and we went to his place, and that's when everything came together. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Now, what's it like working with Adam? What's something that you all see about his greatness that we wouldn't know about?
Adam's passionate. That's what I'll say. Adam's very, very passionate about his craft and what he wants to do. Adam has dedication, and he's, you know, you can see that. And Adam really wants to help you out, you know. Adam's just a really cool person. He's a really good.
I love that. Do you remember what he said the first time he heard the song?
He liked it. He just liked it.
I think Adam already loved it the first time we recorded. He fell in love with the song, I think.
Sure. Now, was Adam the first and only label musician you reached out to? Were there others? Is that something you're willing to talk about?
So originally we reached out to.
I called Noriega.
We did reach out to Mike Noriega. Yeah. And then we also reached out, I think, to Joey Quinones. Yeah. At one point, I think that we did before Adam, and I think that was pretty much it. I think those two.
Yeah, but Adam hit us up. Like
we reached out to Adam.
Then,
yeah.
Okay, that's really cool stuff. So you connect with Adam. You guys are recording. Talk to me about the vision. When does the B-side come about?
B-side. So you wanna.
The B-side,
originally
we wrote it
as an instrumental. It was an instrumental at first. We had it as an instrumental, and we were trying to go for a very like monophonics type, Cold Diamond and Mink type of feel to it.
It was that day when we were playing, and I grabbed the guitar and I was playing.
Yeah, we just started messing around with chords and stuff, and we didn't have a really good strong structure of the song in the beginning. But when Jasmine came along, we seen it was like a very upbeat, you know, funky type of soulful R&B-ish, you know, song, and that's what it was a perfect B-side to, you know, put for Flow, Don't Take It Full, you know.
Hold on 1 second, having a little bit of a technical difficulty.
I know you're good.
Usually don't run out of juice during live streams, but it happens. One of the things that I'd really like to know, and this is something you kind of hinted on early, when you look at the indie soul scene today, who are the folks that you are watching, that you admire? What songs kind of move you? And how does that factor into the direction that you want to go? And also, how do you see the Heattones fitting into this scene?
Well, the bands we look up to or that we like is like Bobby Rosa,
Duran Jones and Indications, definitely Brainstorming,
good,
and Monophonics, Kelly Finnegan,
Sacred Souls.
Very cool.
Modern.
What is it about those groups that capture you? Because they are all doing modern soul, but you know, nowadays we get to actually see them, whether it's through a video or we're seeing their presence on social media. Does any of that kind of factor into the decision of who you're kind of role modeling after?
In a way, I think so.
We do look up to Kodam and Mink, how like we like how they play.
I think one of the biggest inspirations, I mean, the one that really set the stage for the Heattones from the beginning was, all right, when I first heard Is It Any Wonder by Durant Jones and the Indications. And I think Durant Jones, the way they're going and the way they put out their music, the way they show themselves on social media, and the impact they have on the modern soul scene, I think is very, I think a big inspiration for what we're trying to do and, you know, the way we're trying to go and fit in and into this, you know, the modern soul scene. And I think they're doing a good job in what they're trying to do. And I think that's something we're trying to, you know, go for at least.
I really love that you're going for a vision. There's kind of this this target in essence, and to have that, to see that, the feelings that get wrapped up when the music is so important. I mean, me as a fan, I know what you're talking about when I hear Aaron sing or I see the new video by Durant Jones and the Indications. So to be able to look to that and kind of have a vision is important. Are there any plans for like a full-length LP? What do you ultimately want to do in 2022?
Yeah, definitely.
I think an LP for 2022.
Yeah, definitely. That's been something we've been talking about since like a while. Putting out an LP would be a good opportunity to do that.
Okay. Now you mentioned earlier, you know, prior you spent time playing metal. Jazzy was doing solo stuff. Are there any side projects that you're all working on as well at the same time, or is it pretty much 24/7 the Heattones?
Jasmine's doing her solo stuff.
Yeah. At this moment, I am working on original music.
Okay.
Being to come out with some of the music that I've written myself and, you know, composed and everything. So yeah.
What kind of style would you describe it as?
It's kind of like in the R&B, I would say.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So I want you to know you're not alone. Me kind of discovering the indie soul stuff and rare soul is something that's like a year or two old. I'd love to know, when this was introduced to you, how did you go about finding more? What was in front of you? How were you kind of searching to see examples of previous soul acts and so on like that? Because you have to obviously gravitate towards the music and you know, different songs have different feelings. So what were some of the first records you were listening to?
Well, I don't remember like the names and everything, but
yeah,
he sent me like examples of the songs that he would want me to like listen to get inspiration to write Don't Take Me As a Fool. And ever since he sent me those songs, he sent me like a playlist on Spotify, and I've been listening to that music just to get myself more into like the soul music and get more used to it.
Very cool. Do you have any other genres of music that you like as well?
I like any genres of music, honestly.
Okay. Keep it diverse. I love that. Now, you guys have a 45 that's available for pre-order tomorrow. Talk to me about what it feels like to have like a physical record coming out. I mean, that sounds like a dream thing. And not to mention you're getting color variants. So talk to me about that. Let me know what it means to you.
It's pretty exciting.
We're excited. Yeah. I mean, that's something we've been dreaming of since the beginning, you know, finally putting out a debut 45, especially on this song. And to do it this quick, I mean, it doesn't even feel like it's real. I mean, it's a dream come true to finally have one record. Sure.
So you said do it this quick, but we would be remiss if we didn't just talk about the pandemic that we went through and all of some of the unforeseen challenges that we experience when we're working on projects. What was maybe one of the biggest obstacles that you all had to navigate, you know, since you came together as the Heattones all the way up to kind of putting out this music?
I think it was definitely like during the pandemic, we couldn't really practice as much.
Yeah.
I mean,
some people couldn't show up because the pandemic and
it was just hard for everyone to see each other and come together at times and to really, you know, just focus on the music because there was so much things going on, you know, at the time. I think that's one of the biggest obstacles we had. Being as a whole band, we couldn't really be a band at the time.
Yeah.
Sure. No, I get that. I get that. Let's flip the script a little bit. I always think there's great stories, there's good memories that occur when music is being recorded, when people are in the studio together. I'm sure you've learned a lot along the way. What's the one memory that each of you kind of hold close to the heart from this recording experience?
One memory.
It could be something funny too.
Memory was, for me, was when we first recorded actually Drowning in Love, which was the B-side. We were all, you know, brainstorming ideas in the room with Adam.
Yeah.
You know, we were all speaking. We were like, you know, okay, we're trying to figure out how should the song be fully, the whole full body of the song. We didn't have the body of the song. It was not a full idea. It was basically, and when everybody started speaking, you know, we were like, you know, coming up, well, how does this sound? You know, how does this sound? And we were like, you know, thinking of how to end the song, how to, you know, the middle of the song. And
stuff.
I think that was one of the best memories we had. The band, it felt like the band really felt just like family at that moment. We just felt.
That's important. So Adam is not just inspiring, but he's empowering you. You guys feel like you have voices when you're creating. That's really cool and important. I think, you know, some of the best magic moments are always when we're leaning in, working together to create, where we're kind of, you know, accepting other people's perspectives, looking through those lenses, because there's not just one way to do things. There's multiple versions of the truth in some scenarios when we're creating. So I really like that. Who's always kind of starting with the ideas, though? Who's the one that's starting?
Well, us two.
I think, yeah, me and George.
Me and Ricky.
Okay,
definitely.
All right. Where's the inspiration coming from for these ideas? Is it just life? Are there songs? Where does that come from?
It's music, to be honest. All we do is listen to music and get the music in our ears and just come up with ideas, inspiration from all kinds of, you know, old records and all kinds of stuff like that.
Sure. So we've got a lot of soul and vinyl enthusiasts right now. I'd love to know, Ricky, I know you got Wax, but I'd love to know what everyone else's experience is with vinyl. Are you guys collectors?
Well, I'm barely starting. They got me into it, and I like collecting, but I mostly collect like modern soul. So like everything from Penrose to like Badvik. I just got the Stranger 45.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Bobby Rosa, all those modern soul. Yeah.
Okay. Jazzy, what about you?
Well, like, I'm still kind of getting introduced to it, but I do want to, you know, get into it. It seems like a cool thing to do, and yeah.
Yeah, very cool. All right. Let's see here. So I know you talked about the LP possibly in 2022. We've got the 45 coming out. What's next, though? How are you going to spend the next 3 months? Are there any talks of doing shows? Do you guys want to perform live? What can we expect?
We sure do want to perform live.
Definitely. That's the next. I think that's the next step for the band. Honestly, you know, finally getting to play gigs and shows and stuff like that, and just spreading our music out. You know, like to everyone live. You know, live performances is something we really want to do.
Yeah.
Sure. And in terms of kind of stage presence and performance, is there a show that you've maybe been to that was inspiring, or maybe like a musician like a James Brown where you're like, I want to capture that in my act?
I think definitely was Brain Story.
Brain Story and Bobby Rosa. We just
okay. So I take it y'all probably went to the show then?
Yeah, we did.
So what was it about those Bobby and Brain Story that kind of moved you?
They knew how to keep the audience entertained. That's one of the biggest things. They knew how to keep the show going.
They knew how to put on the show.
Yeah, they never felt like bland. They never felt like they had, you know, forced it out. It came naturally. They already knew how to, you know, keep the audience, you know, with excitement, and it was perfect.
Everything.
I love that. Before we start the lightning round, we discussed playing some unreleased music. Are y'all ready to share?
Sure.
If you want to give us a heads up what the title is, tell us a little bit about it.
So the song you're about to hear is "Will You?" ? And it's a song that I think the entire band kind of created. Like, we created it together, honestly.
Okay.
And it's just another slow ballad kind of song, and it's like it's the heartbreak song, basically.
Okay.
You ready?
Right.
It's fantastic.
Just a teaser.
I love that. I appreciate y'all so much for sharing that. I got a question. I saw something pop up on my screen, and I thought someone was trying to join. But they would love to ask the question and know what motivated y'all to make music from the jump.
From the jump, I started making music. Well, what motivated me to play drums and stuff is I had a teacher in middle school. He had an after-school program called Rock Band.
Okay.
Motivated me, and he showed us how to play live. So the program was how to play live and how to set up live, and basically that's what motivated me to I just wanted to play live for people.
Oh, that's really cool. What were you practicing when you were going there?
Well, we'll play covers. So the band that got me the first songs I started playing was like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then from there I just went up, and then I started playing like Nirvana. Then I got into metal like Metallica and all those stuff.
So you really found your love through that by playing the cover songs. That's kind of what led you to more and more.
Yeah.
And then you've graduated to soul almost, which is quite a leap and bound. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I dig that. Jazzy, how about you?
I mean, as a little girl, I loved singing, and luckily for me, I grew up with a dad who was into music and everything. And as a little girl, I was always writing things. Maybe at the time they didn't make like sense, but I always enjoyed writing and expressing my feelings like that. So, I mean, being able to do it and write about like maybe personal experiences or things I've seen, you know, in movies or things that people tell me, it's cool to do.
So it's like an outlet. It's a way for you to kind of transpose the thoughts, put them on paper. That's really cool. Okay. All right, buddy, you're up. What's the motivation?
For me, the motivation was, of course, the band. You know, I really wanted. At the time when I met these guys, I did not know how to play any instruments at all. I didn't know how to play anything on the keys. I played piano since middle school. I hadn't played piano, which was years ago.
Okay.
And during the pandemic, that time I learned, okay, I'm gonna learn piano because why not? I contribute to the band. They don't have a pianoist, so I started, messing around. I fell in love with the sound of the organ, and that's how I wanted to play soul and that. And then I learned to play guitar, and I'm going from there. And also, just music itself. I've always wanted to create music. And to create music, you got to know how to play instruments. So
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I just can't believe that you didn't know how to play prior. That's wild. Yeah. Okay.
During the pandemic, we used to rehearse at a little rehearsal room.
Yeah.
And we'll always take him, but he'll always sit down in the corner just watching us, and we'll be like, "Come on, like you have to learn something." And we're like, he would just watch us. And I guess he showed me the first song I ever got like shown from Modern Soul was "Isn't It Any Wonder," and I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And he's like, he gave me the idea, and me and him started like making music, and that's how we came with "Don't Take Me as a Fool."
Me and him just started brainstorming ideas. We're like, all right, we're just gonna start creating soul songs. Start creating music.
So you were actually doing the creating before you could play. You kind of had like the artifact, right? You're like, here, this is what we want to do. You could hear it, you could see it, you could feel it. You just needed to figure out the playing. Along with this style of music, I think the sound is very important. I'm always talking about the mix, making sure that things sound authentic.
Yeah.
With you kind of having that experience from your father's collection, listening to old records, do you guys consider sound? Is that something that is important to you, the mix down, or is that something that more Adam is assisting with?
No, definitely. That's the main, I think, probably the most important part of making a song, especially the feel of it, how you want it to sound like. I think the sound of the mix is the most important part of making, music. You want it to be exactly how you envision. I think is exactly how the music should come out. I mean, no matter how much it takes, just to try to get to it you want it to, where your ears are satisfied. I think.
Wow, I love that. That's deep. Okay, before we start the lightning round, I'd love it if you could just tell everybody how they can stay connected with you, whether that's a YouTube channel, Instagram, whether there's an online store, and please, please, please tell everybody where we can find these 45s tomorrow.
we do have an Instagram called the Heattones,
Instagram.
and then we do have a YouTube channel. The same. It's called the Heattones. It's in our.
Where you can find Don't Take Him as a Fool.
And then the 45 is gonna be up in Bandcamp tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Do we know what time it's going up?
12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Right at 12, the pre-order should be up, and the 200 colored variants will be only on our Bandcamp, the band's Bandcamp. Only exclusively are going to be on there. So you guys definitely want to check that out. And
I have to ask, if you guys get to know me, you'll learn I'm crazy about the color variants. Did you all get to kind of, play a hand in picking the colors? Is there anything behind the colors?
yeah, we did. We've always wanted Don't Take Me as a Fool to be red.
Red.
It
Yeah.
was all
We always wanted that
the
color.
song
red.
just screamed that sound, that color.
Okay. And what about the other color variant?
Yeah, we wanted gray. I mean, it was just a perfect
Okay.
balance.
Gray.
You hardly see
Very
gray.
cool.
Mm.
I love that. All right. We're going to start the lightning round. So we'll go alphabetical order by name, 10 questions, no such thing as a wrong answer. Just ask as quickly as you can. LP, 45, or streaming? Which one is your choice?
Streaming.
LP.
Okay.
It got to be 45.
Love that. Colored vinyl or OG black vinyl?
Colored vinyl.
OG
Color.
black.
Color.
Wow. Got an old soul, brother. I love it. I love it. All right. What's the last LP or 45 you bought? Could be an album too, Jazzy.
I can't remember.
That's cool. That's cool. No worries.
I just bought Stranger with Bad
Mhm.
Vid, Rega, and I also bought the Heattones, Tangled Up on You.
Ooh, yeah. What colors did you get?
I got which one was the other one? The Stranger one?
It was purple, I think. Green and purple.
Purple and green. And then the other one, Tangled Up on You, I think it was like a pinkish reddish.
Very cool. I love those. Great choices. Ricky, what about you?
I think the most recent bought was The Real Thing by Chris Luan and Andrew Cruz.
Great
Yeah.
record. Great record. Okay. What's something that you listen to that might surprise us?
I love listening to Adele. She's,
Okay.
Me, I like listening to like heavy metal and stuff. Heavy metal, death metal.
For me, I think it would just be classic rock.
Okay.
Stuff like
Who's
that.
a favorite classic rock band that you like?
It's got to be the Eagles.
Okay. All right. What do you like to do when you're not making music?
It's kind of a hard one because like writing is kind of like involved with music, but I would say creating poems. I like to write poems.
Okay, I dig that.
I think me is like just practicing on my drum set.
I love that.
For me, I mean, like a hobby I do is just, I'm a skateboarder, so I skate.
Okay. All right. Name a musician that's had an impact on you.
Adele.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a big
That's so
question.
many.
There's so many artists just going.
Well, you don't have to sign in blood. It could be like recent, maybe somebody that you just learned about that you're like, ooh, or it could be somebody from the past.
For me, recent is like Bobby Rosa. Like,
Mm.
when I went to go see them, just seeing Kodame and Meek and Bobby perform live I just liked it.
Okay. Okay.
For me, I'm gonna be real with that. I think Duran Jones and Indications.
I love all that. Favorite place to shop music?
I don't have any place.
Okay.
Me, I shop online, so like Daptone,
Yeah.
Coal Mine.
Definitely got to say Noriega Records.
Right on. That's my guy. All right. We get into the fun stuff. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
I would want to read people's minds. You know?
Okay.
Just because you don't know what people are thinking about you,
That's true.
and that would be kind of cool to know.
I think it would be like the same as Jasmine, reading people's mind, or like being invisible.
Mm.
Definitely got to be invisibility or super speed.
That's good.
Super speed. See, I'm over here like I just want to be able to scratch my own back. I don't ask for too much these days.
Have another arm in the back.
Yeah. All right. If you had a theme song, what would it be and why?
Theme song?
Like a band or something.
Like
Anything you want.
any song?
Any song.
Damn, I don't know.
That's hot. You know?
No. I'm trying
So my theme song of this week is "What More Can I Say" by Jay-Z. That would be my theme song. Last week it was something different, but it could be whatever you're listening to now, something that just moves you a little bit.
I think a theme song for me, just waking up, would be, I think it's "Today Was a Good Day" by Ice Cube.
Yeah, buddy.
Damn, I don't know. It's hard.
Can't think of one.
Nah.
That's okay. That's all right. I want to thank you all so much for trusting me, coming online to have this fireside chat. The view count was fantastic. There's 48 on, but we had like 60, I think, at one point. There are a lot of people that are really excited to hear your sound and see what's next to come. I'm one of them. If there's ever anything I can do to help out, just reach out. I'm here for y'all, but I wish you the best success in 2022, as well as with the pre-order on Friday.
Definitely. All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, guys. Have a great night.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Waxvillain, Seattle, Washington. We're out, everybody.